Who's the best person for you to train with? You're at a big club, there's lots of different people, many different options. Who's the best person for you to roll around on the ground with? For this question, one of the very best answers comes from Danny Nosanto. Danny Nosanto is a hugely important mentor in my martial arts life and even in my regular non-martial arts life. The guy's amazing. Anyway, what Danny Nosanto said is that most of your training should be with people just a little bit better than you, your level, or a little bit worse than you. That's where you want to spend the majority of your time training. And it makes sense when you think about it. If you're only ever training with people way, way, way better than you, then you're going to be getting good at defense. All you're going to be doing is playing a defensive game. You don't want to get tapped out. You're going to get somewhat better at not tapping out. If all you ever do is train with people not as good as you are, like way, way, way down, you're a brown belt and they're all white belts, sure, it's good for the ego. You'll win almost every time, but you'll get good at offense without covering your own butt. You'll get sloppy because you can leave openings, and even if they catch you in it, they're not going to finish it. If they begin hitting you with a sweep, you can still scramble out of it. You're good enough to not pay the full price for screwing around and not being tight on your defense. So most of the time you want to train with people about your level. So somewhere between 50 and 80% of the time you want to train with people roughly at your own skill level. The rest of the time, fill your boots. It's really, really good, in fact, to sometimes train with somebody who's way better than you and just get your ass handed to you, because it teaches you what a really good person feels like, and it'll improve your defense. It's also really good to train with people who are not as good as you are once in a while, because it allows you to develop totally new aspects of your game in a very low risk context. Say you've never ever worked the spider guard. Well, you should start working the spider guard with the lightest, whitest white belt in the club, and then work your way up. Go to the slightly heavier white belt in the club, then go to the biggest white belt in the club, then start with the lightest, the lightest, light bluest blue belt in the club, and work your way up that way. But you don't want to stay there. Most of the time, you want to train with people who are going to challenge you. If they're just a little bit better than you, then you can, still work on getting your game off, but you're going to be spending some time working defense against a surmountable problem, right? They're going to be attacking you with the arm bar because they're a little bit better than you or the same level as you. It's a legit problem, but you've got a good chance of getting out. If they're a little bit worse than you, now you can start using things. You'll still have legitimate, serious resistance, but it's not going to be an insurmountable resistance. So I found this to be a really useful rule of thumb. You want to spend most of your time training with people roughly your level. There's some people out there who want to just get better by training with black belts. That they only want to take a bunch of privates and then I will roll with a black belt. Well, that black belt is either going to completely crush you and you won't learn anything, or he's going to dumb down his game. It's not the same as him really giving his all. There's a big difference between a black belt who's holding back and somebody your level, say a blue belt, who's really gunning for you. The second option, when you're fighting someone roughly your own level, is more honest, because they're really giving it to you and you're really trying to give it to them. They're not holding back. They're not pretending. They're not, coaching you through the last little bit of an arm bar. You want most of your training time to be against people roughly your own level. Sometimes you don't have that option. If you don't have that option, if you're the only white belt in the club and everyone else is better than you, well, you do the best you can, get better as fast as you can. If you're the best guy in the club and everyone else isn't as good as you are, well, again, you may not have that option. Maybe at that case, the best you can do is to really limit your game. Today, I'm only going to work armbar from guard. Today, I'm only going to work, the kite sweep from spider guard. I don't care if the guy's standing. I don't care if the guy's kneeling. I don't care if he's one knee up. That's all I'm going to go for. Or I'm going to start every single match on my back and give the guy a full collar grip, a hand deep inside the collar, and I'll fight from there. So that kind of evens things out a little bit, but it's still not exactly the same. So hopefully that's a useful piece of advice that you can put to work in your own game. Take care, and I'll see you on the mats another day.